one of the weird, strange occurrences. See that parking light right there? Let's see if I can put my light on. See, it's my my shift stick thing. I don't know if you can see that. But my keys are over here, outside of the ignition, but yet the light is on. One of those really, see, that's the shift stick, or I think that's what they call it, right? Yeah. One of those really weird science phenomenons where it's like, here's the, oops, there's the key, which, by the way, I told Tia Frio that somebody had my other key. I thought there was some guy by the name of Kenny, but not the drug addict heroin Kenny. It was some other guy. I don't know. I drove to his house. He has my key. I don't know. Oh, I know it sounds crazy, but like when you walk through spaces and holes and in time, but it's really, it's you. You're just with different people, and some people just, I don't know, like, not that they disappear, but how do you explain that from an immortal standpoint? You have to put thought into that one, because I just wrote a whole Facebook piece about Jehovah. Jehovah being ZAFRUITA, but the colorless fruit of JE being the two, that's one, two bodies become one, that then separate and become two again. That's what the JE means in the I. It's not me in singularity. I mean, it is in French, but not in ceremonial between he and I. And then it's, that's the J, and then it's HO, it's the lower capitulate H, being one unit of lifetime that is a linear, kind of, sort of, but not really, in this land that we were born, he and I, as immortals, in an embodiment, EM, and then it's body, and then it's meant for each other to reproduce as childbearing fruit, because you could be an immortal, but you might not be in a fruit-bearing season. Like, we were immortals and we were here and we were reporting on our parents and grandparents and whatnot, or at least I was, with officials and making official documentation about all of the problems that my bloodline was having in very vivid, explicit names, dates, details, all sorts of things. So this way we could prepare for when him and I were born now, so we didn't have a problem in this life. That hasn't helped us at all, because it's also manifestation. It's MAN, that's man. And then it's I as one. You put an end symbol, and then it's FE, which is the two on the F, on the sail, on the mast, going in one direction, one linear direction. But they're supposed, one's male, one's female line, but they're supposed to combine for childbearing. And the 3 meaning the male, the 2 is more of a female, but it's an iron pair, the two of them. That's what FE stands for. Then it's EST, being the estimate, my mate that I'm going to have children with, which is Niklaus. That's the estimate of time. And it's man, if, as, oh, and then it also has station in there. We've been helping this security station, private, family, godly, immortal security, with humans as extra territorial. I mean, we call it extraterrestrial as well, because now you're on trial because you haven't been very helpful or kind to my family's line. On the way in, you kept making a lot of mistakes. But this was the last call, as Pike Place and Percy and Thomas were coming into like new body embodiment and manifestation, not to like throw the towel in and go for the money and go for the gold. No, you go for the gods. You do what is needed. Because there's a bigger thing at stake, which is like your human security and whether we're keeping you or not. Nobody needs a set of people that don't abide by rules and don't take the owners of the security serious. I mean, you took us serious on the way in. Why is it since we've gotten here, nobody's really been very helpful at all? I know the explanation of an immortal is like kind of hard, but like, get over it. Like, you have books, you know that they exist. and they've been documented. One last thing is the immortals, the manifestation, the embodiment, the Jehovah. It's the HO is the female egg ovum, and then the AH is the anatomy appendage, that is the M3, which then when it combines with the HO is the W3. It's the M to W and 3. That's the Jehovah. That's what it actually means. Like, I know you're like, oh, I'm a Jehovah's Witness. I carry a Bible and I talk to people and I knock on their doors. Yeah, okay, great. That's your, like, human script. I get it. That's what your tower tells you because that was your life's purpose. That's not what I'm talking about. I am extraterritorial. We invented Jehovah, and you are our people of God's witnesses carrying out and doing God's work. We're in charge of your human consciousness and security and making sure that not one of you overpowers the other in 5 generic genetics, and we're the THRACE, THRACE, the extra special. Out of all of you, we're different. We just are. And if a man comes to you and says to you, I'm born, I look ordinary, but I have extra special purpose, I just want to marry one woman. It costs you nothing. It takes nothing from you. I just want to marry this one woman. Why would you deny that man, no matter who you are? What the hell is it to you if one man wants to marry one woman? In ordinary, nobody special land of 5 houses of generics. Yeah, I don't know, because you didn't let me marry him. So I'm curious, what was in it for all of you other than a whole lot of fucking serious death? Oh, and that's the other thing, is that there was one of the movies, oh God, there's a mosquito. I hate mosquitoes. There was one of the movies that, was Aunt May, M-A-E. I don't remember which movie producer in TV land and what generation it was. But that has to go with the whole Jehovah's quote from John Campbell about Samel, S-A-M-A, and then it's E-L, God. It's the skin anatomy, and then it's the master anatomy, which is me and Niklaus as the S, as the 2 coming into, and then it's EL being God's word. That's how we paired the records together for human consciousness in this cuneiform skin. All right, all area specialist. I mean, it's a private security and management firm, but like when you come back to new skin as a baby and the parents don't know, what do you do? I spoke to Linda tonight. Apparently there was some arcade, ARCADE, in Great Easter Mills, Great, Easter, EASTER, Mills, MILLS. That was my mom. She was a little more staunch and like absolutely stunning. I thought she was way more beautiful than I was, but awkward. That's just who she is. She's number 3 of 10. She came first. She's the year of the rat. She's very prudish, which was perfect. Prude. She met some really handsome guy. He was a couple of years older, but he gave change at the Great Easter Mills arcade. So I told Linda tonight, I said, right, the AR, right, for the CA, right, all right, ARCA, right. That's the archive files of the diarrhea, the X-lax, the smooth criminals. That's how we put that all together. And I think that went into AlienANTFARM in my Asterio medallions on the Gorera to have the Antonucci's speak out on the radio, the DIA intel that I needed to pair in the immortal records together. So that's how we paired that together. AlienANTFARM, DIA, and it's RHEA is the DIA intel for the, and expel, EXPELL, for keeping my wits about me in the land of everyone forgot and nobody is a man or a woman of their word, period, as far as New York and my life went. Down the drain and down the toilet. And now my skin is so disgusting. I mean, you have one body to and one chance for a diasymmetrical life, which is what you call linear, in order to enjoy each other's bodies before they age, they wilt, they get microwaved by all this new bad shit that you keep selling out my family for. And we keep warning you, and you keep getting more dangerous, and not, you only have like this much in your time frame of being useful in a career. And you all keep like going, that's a tall order. I don't know. I think like as if you have options. I mean, him and I are like finished with this. Seriously. There's no point in being a human or keeping any of you. You're all fucking broken. And even with my, like, extra superhuman mega mind of, like, keeping track of how the hell am I going to retell this to myself to document it, why we eliminated them all. And why nobody else made it except for us. You realize that? Like, that is up to the immortals to do. I would have thought you would have moved in a more, like, timely fashion to make sure my face didn't get microwaved and I enjoyed my life with him.